Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Aisha. I'm a certified trauma-informed coach and manifestation guide, and I'm just here today, cozy on my couch, getting my chill on over the weekend, and I wanted to make this video about like relaxing into the moment and putting yourself at ease. And really, like, the title of this video is gonna be like, watch this if you're feeling stuck. And I'm at a place right now in my manifestation journey. I'm at a place where I'm so like at ease. I'm so unstuck in so many ways. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or by any means that there aren't still some limiting beliefs I know that I'm carrying. I'm not saying that I'm everything in my life is exactly how I want it to be in the end. But I have this sense of I'm not worried about it. I have this sense of like I don't feel stuck anymore. And while I do feel like in some areas of my life I'm kind of like hitting that wall, because my mindset needs to be adjusted, my affirmations haven't been working in those areas, I haven't been keeping up my mental diet in those areas, but the stuckness that I used to feel is gone. And I mean, I would hope it's gone for good. I'm affirming it's gone for good. I will never feel stuck again. I'm manifesting today that I will never, ever, ever feel that stuck feeling again. But I felt really called to make this video because I know exactly how you're feeling if you're feeling stuck. I know exactly how it feels to be affirming and affirming and affirming, and you're scripting and you're visualizing and you're like, I'm doing all the techniques and I'm doing the work. Or, maybe for some of you, you're going to therapy and you're seeing a counselor and getting help for your mental health, or you are maybe you're going to the gym, or you have a personal trainer, or you're doing a workout program, or you're trying all these diets and you're stuck with your weight. Like you're in your weight loss journey, or like you're just hitting a plateau. Or maybe you feel really stuck in your career. Maybe you feel really like stagnant in terms of your capacity to grow in your business or in your work life, and you feel like you're not getting promotions and you're not getting raises and you're not being rewarded. Just that stuck feeling, like that feeling of no matter what I do, it's not freaking working. Like everything I'm doing is failing. Like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I still here? If that's how you're feeling, like, definitely it's a valid feeling, and I understand it, and I've been there. But that's not an excuse to stop. That's not an excuse to let it consume you. And what I've realized is that's what used to happen to me, is that stuck feeling. The feeling of like, when you have, like, when you step in gum and it's just stuck to your shoe and it's all over the place and you're trying to scrape your shoe to get it off and it's just not coming off, and maybe it's like a hot day and so like the sidewalk is melting it and it's just stretching and goopy everywhere. Or like getting something sticky on your hands, like an adhesive. I really am one of those girlies that I really like to save cute jars, like cute glasses. I have some from yogurt that I use to propagate my plants in. I like to keep like the fancy looking pasta sauce jars to keep my like my pickled items in, and so on and so forth. And sometimes like I'll be pulling the labels and get that adhesive stuck to me, and it's just so stuck, and I'm washing my hands and I'm washing my hands and I'm washing my hands and it's just stuck. Or like even like if you're washing dishes and let's say you cook something like white rice but you didn't wash it before it dried out, like you had other things that you were working on in the kitchen and it got crusty on the pan, and that stickiness, like the starch in the rice is so sticky that even if you use hot water and a lot of soap and you scrub, like it's so sticky, it's just stuck there, it's just stubborn. like if that's how internally you're feeling, if inside of you, you just feel this really stuck, blocked energy, and you don't know how you're going to get to the other side of that, and you don't know how to get rid of it, and you don't know like why you haven't been able to get rid of it yet, it's because you're creating resistance within yourself by being so obsessed with the stuckness. By talking to yourself as if you're stuck, by talking to other people as if you're stuck. And by the way, everything that I teach here, I have been there. If you're listening to one of my videos and I'm teaching a lesson, it's because I have been exactly where you have been, where you are right now. I have felt exactly how you are feeling right now. I have felt that stuck feeling. I have felt that frustration. I have felt all of the emotions that come up when you're like, why is this happening? Why am I still here? Why am I not getting what I want? Why is the thing not working? Why are the methods not working? Why are the techniques failing me? What am I doing wrong is a lot of times like what I would ask myself. And all of that energy that you're putting into that is why you're stuck. All of the focus and the time that you're using wondering why you're stuck is why you're stuck. And it's not until you make peace with the stuckness. It's not until you accept that it is just a stuck feeling. It's not the end of the world. I am not dying. I am not destitute. This is not a hopeless situation, right? Like the pan analogy. If I get something stuck on a pan, or like let's say I accidentally burn something and the burn is all stuck to the bottom of the pan and it's charred, I don't throw the pan away. I don't go, oh my God, I just have to give up. Instead I go, okay, what are my options? What are my options here? Can I soak the pan in hot water? Will that help the debris loosen up? Can I use some type of chemical? And will the chemical help to dissolve some of the burnt, buildup on there? Can I use like just soap? Like what's the solution? Does it just need time in the water? Even if it was cold water, if I soaked it overnight, would that be fine? Like you have to switch from that stuck, blocked feeling, that tight, clenched feeling, and move into what are my options here? And like before you even take action on the options, just knowing that this is a temporary situation. I know we've all heard that expression, this too shall pass. And sometimes we hear these expressions so much that we don't let them sink in. So let this be a chance where you let that sink in, is like this moment only exists right now. As you're watching this video, I've already recorded this. This me that you're looking at is in the past. I'm not streaming live and you're not watching this live. So this now moment that I have with my time and my energy is already gone. And from this now moment that you're watching this like all the time passing will be gone as it passes. All we have is the now. And when we understand like this too shall pass, it means it's not, oh, this is a tough situation, it's gonna pass eventually. It's no, inevitably this time will pass. Inevitably the day that you're watching this will be gone. Inevitably the sun will go down and the moon will come up and we will rest and refresh, and the next morning the sun will come up again and the day goes on and so forth, day and night and day and night and day and night, until the world stops spinning, until the sun implodes or blows up on itself. I don't know. But until that day, we only have the present moment. And if you're feeling stuck in this present moment, let that be okay. What are you going to do about it? You can fight it, or you can make peace with it. And when you make peace with the stuck feeling, like when I look back at the last time that I really, really, really felt that stuck feeling, which it's been a long time. I don't even know how many months it's been. If it was even this year, last year is like the closest thing I can think of, is like last fall, last winter, that I really felt this stuck feeling. But I haven't felt it since because I'm just like, whatever. If I have to feel stuck right now in order for me to learn the lesson I need to learn, fine. If I have to feel stuck right now because I'm too stubborn to let things go and I'm gonna suffer by pushing my manifestations further away from me, fine. The more that you can be comfortable in that stuck feeling, the quicker it will pass. It's like those little Chinese finger traps. I don't know if that's like politically correct, but that's what I called them growing up. But they're like this like paper leaf type of woven material. I would love to know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. But you put both fingers in the end and they go right in, but the problem is as you pull, the cuff itself, like the tube, will tighten on your fingers and keep your fingers stuck. It'll trap your fingers there. And the trick is, if you just relax your fingers and push the tube inward, then you can remove one finger at a time, or both fingers if you can do that skillfully, and it comes right off. But it's like the analogy of like the more that you panic and the more that you fight it and the more that you try to pull away from it and run away from that stuck feeling, the more stuck you're gonna be. And so like creating this sense of this too shall pass, like this is just a tough spot. I just, like, today I need to cry, today I need to sleep, today I need to be away from people, today I need to, go grind at the gym, today I need to go be in nature, today, like, sometimes, I've been talking a lot about my relationship with my dad lately because I realized that I manifested that from like a really strained relationship. We weren't hateful towards each other. And our relationship dynamic has never been abusive. So, just for context, so you understand, it wasn't like this horrible situation, but I had some resentment from childhood wounds. And as I healed those childhood wounds and as I reformed him in my mind, our relationship got stronger and stronger. And so sometimes if I'm in a tough spot, if I'm feeling kind of like I'm hitting a wall or I'm feeling a little bit stuck or a little frustrated, or if I just need some emotional support, I will go to my dad because that gives me permission to feel better in that moment. And sometimes like the other day, I had to film a video, but I was also struggling with some emotions. I was like a little bit hormonal. I was kind of like just not in a good mental space that day. And I gave myself permission to not be okay. I gave myself permission to like cry and cry and cry. And then I like went to social media and watched some funny cat videos. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better now. I talked to my sister a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better now. I got up, I cooked food and ate and nourished my body. I drank some water and I was like, okay, I feel better now. And so like all those actions I took gave me permission to feel better. They gave me permission to feel unstuck. They gave me permission to like release some of the weight that I was feeling on my shoulders and take off some of the pressure that I was like struggling with. And then like the next day it was like it never happened. I woke up grateful. I woke up smiling. I woke up happy. The circumstances were less heavy to carry the next day. They were less difficult to face. That stuck feeling was not even there anymore. Because I let myself be wherever I was. Like if you just let yourself be. Just be. And in the Bible there's a verse. It says, be still and know that I am God. And what that is like, be still, pause, slow down, turn everything off, get away from everything, everyone, not necessarily physically, if you can't do that physically, but in your mind. I like really like the Benedict Cumberbatch version of the Sherlock series. And he, like, the way he goes, like, I'm going to my mind palace, like, that's what I call it. Like, if the circumstances are stressful and difficult, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to my mind palace. And in my mind palace, I have happy memories. I have all of my coaching advice that I give to other people. Believe it or not, I need to tell myself sometimes. And I will seek out other coaches, and I will seek out other manifestation teachers for that support, because again, we're co-creating this experience. I'm not infallible. I'm a human being, and I will always remind you of this, that I have hard days just like you do. I feel that stuck feeling that you're feeling right now. I feel that frustration and upset and hopelessness. Like, I feel all of that too. But I know what to do about it. So again, like, if I can't deal with the circumstances in a way where I can remove myself from them, like if you can't walk away from the person, like let's say you're dealing with a coworker that you don't like, if you can't physically walk away from the coworker, or if you can't avoid them at work, go to your mind palace, go to your safe space, go to your happy space that you can create in your mind. Come back to yourself, be still, and know that God is in you. God is right here with you in this now moment. And hearing me speak, this is coming from my brain, sure. It's coming from my mouth, sure. It's coming from my experience, sure. But the only reason that I have a brain, a mouth, an experience, and can talk to you is because of God. So you have to understand that if you're hearing this, it's because God is allowing you to hear this. If you turned on this video, it's because God gave you the opportunity to turn on this video. And, you know, whether you're religious and you call it God, or you're Muslim, you call it Allah, or you're a spiritual person and you call it the universe, like, we're all talking about the same thing. We all know it's a human experience. We are all talking about the same energy. There's only one God. Okay? And that oneness, when you are still, when you can sit in the muck, when you can sit in the stuckness, when you can sit in the upset, that's your power. Because accepting that stillness wherever you are, welcoming that stillness inside of you, no matter what is around you, is true power. And a lot of times, and this will be my final point here, a lot of times we are feeling stuck because we are simultaneously ungrateful for everything we've already manifested. I'm recording this on like a phone that costs over $1,000. Like, it's an iPhone. I don't know what the number is, but it's a new iPhone. I just got it last year when I upgraded. And like, that's one huge reason for me to be grateful, because it allows me to do my business. I have an internet connection, which is how I'm able to put these videos on YouTube. I have like the cognition to record this video, and like the tech savviness to put it on YouTube without having to pay someone to do it. Not only that, like, the phone costs money, the internet costs money, keeping myself alive, keeping yourself alive, everybody costs money, right? We have to eat, we have to wear clothing, we have to be in a shelter to thrive. So like, recognizing my privilege is something that when I'm feeling so stuck and bogged down, that stuck feeling is like the opposite of gratitude. That frustration of I don't have what I want is simultaneously a lack of acknowledgement in what you already have. And I know that seems harsh, because depending on where you're at in life when you're watching this, like, you have a very real and valid reason to be upset. If you're living with abusive parents, by all means, you're validated in feeling that upset. If you are like completely living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to put food on the table, by all means, you're validated in feeling that upset. If you're struggling with physical health or severe mental health issues, you're valid. Those are valid feelings of frustration. However, when you are focused, because your focus can only be one thing at a time. Remember, I used that coin analogy. So you can either look at, right, the front of the coin or the back of the coin. There's no looking at both. You can look at the side, but the side is neither the front nor the back, right? So if all of your focus is going to that frustration, that upset, that stuckness, it's not possible to feel that and gratitude at the same time. It's possible to acknowledge what you're grateful for and then go back to feeling stuck, and then acknowledge what you're grateful for and go back to feeling stuck. But when you're in that feeling of stuckness, you are not in the feeling of gratitude. And this is why in Islam we say humankind is forever ungrateful. because as soon as we have what we desire, we're on to wanting more. Like, if we have water, we're desiring food. If we have food and water, we're desiring shelter. If we have food, water, and shelter, we're desiring companionship. If we have food, water, shelter, and companionship, we're desiring entertainment. If we have food, water, shelter, companionship, and entertainment, we are desiring challenge to grow ourselves. Like, it's within the human experience to turn away from gratitude at times to pursue more. But if you're going to turn away from gratitude, make sure it's in the pursuit of more and not in the stagnant energy of stuck, of ungratitude, of frustration, of anxiety, of pain, of pity, of remorse, of guilt, of all of that, those shitty emotions. And pardon my language, but all of those emotions that feel like shit, right? The emotions are real, they're valid, they have their place, but they make you feel like garbage. They are like an anchor for your soul. They're baggage, they're spiritual baggage. They have their place, but you're not supposed to stay there. And so the more that we can accept the stuckness, be still, and know that you are consciously creating your experience. You're choosing to feel stuck. You can choose to feel still and be in the stillness. And from the stillness, it's so much easier to go back to gratitude. And from that gratitude, only more good can come to you. Only more good. There has never been a time in my life where I was truly reveling in my gratitude, where I felt gratitude in my heart, where I felt so emotional, so grateful, so joyful and blessed and lucky and, like feeling like God's favorite. That feeling of, wow, like I'm so blessed. That has never steered me into a direction where I'm not getting what I want. That has never failed me. It is not possible to feel that sense of gratitude in your whole being and embody that gratitude and let that feeling penetrate your heart and let it radiate from you and let the people around you feel how grateful you are. It's not possible for that to turn out bad for you. Just think about that for a moment. It's not possible for gratitude to harm you. True gratitude is one of the greatest experiences we can have. And gratitude isn't necessarily just joy. Sometimes gratitude just feels like baseline. It feels like peace. And that's okay too. But gratitude will never fail you. And if you're really still, if you're still watching this far into the video and you're still feeling stuck, don't force the feeling of gratitude, but just give yourself an excuse to feel grateful. I'm having a breath, taking in this breath allows my body to be alive. Wow, that's gratitude. I'm looking around in this room and I have so many cool things I get to experience. That's gratitude. I mean, this isn't coming from my ego either, but for you to be sitting here with me and I'm giving you this advice, like a big sister, little sister, like a friend, I hope that you feel grateful for me. Because when I was where you're at, when I was sitting there in your shoes, feeling all of those garbage feelings that you're feeling down on myself, feeling down about my circumstances, I turned on a video and I watched somebody else who was in a place of gratitude, in a place of positivity, in a place of confidence, feeling empowered of themselves. And it made me feel better. And I appreciated everything that they did for me, which is what inspired me to make the shift in my business and start doing these kinds of videos. Because it saved my life. It saved me. The real, authentic me was dying. She was drowning in that stuck feeling. And people like me for you right now in this moment are the reason I'm here today. They're the reason I'm so strong today. Because they gave me hope when I didn't have it, and they got me unstuck when I couldn't figure out how to get myself unstuck. And to this day, like I said, I turn to other coaches and mentors. Like, I purchase coaching plans from people who have been doing this longer than me, and people who have a different background than I have, and people who resonate with me. Like, I invest in myself, and that's why I hope you would invest in me, because I'm not just learning from one person. I don't just have, like, Neville had Abdullah, right? Like, most people have one mentor accessible to them. I have thousands. Over the past 4 years, I kid you not, I have absorbed content from like at least 1,000 people. And not just content in the form of YouTube, but I'm talking music, movies, YouTube, podcasts, audiobooks, books, seminars, public speaking events, courses, ebooks, freebies. Like, a lot of the stuff I took in the beginning, I didn't have the money, so I took a lot of freebies. I paid a lot of like $7, $13, $23 courses, challenges. I consumed content from other business coaches, from spiritual mentors. I've learned from like the Bible, the Quran. Like, I've learned from different pastors and priests, and like sheikhs and imams, and like I've absorbed at least 1,000 people's worth of content in the last 4 years, and that's what got me here today. So the gratitude I have for all of those people who supported me is how I fuel myself in this business. It's how I show up for you. You're not just getting Aisha. You're getting all of the years of content. And even before, like, I mentioned this in another video. It was one of the challenge videos. I mentioned that I had been diagnosed, my first diagnosis, at age 14, and I will be 28 this year. So, like, that's a whole half of my life. Half of my whole life I've been studying psychology. Half of my life, I've been studying behavioral science. Half of my life, I've been searching for the answers of why pain exists, and how can we overcome it, and how can we reach our goals, and how can we improve ourselves. Like, this is not new to me. I may only be about to be 28, but I've been doing this for 14 years. This has been my obsession for 14 years. So if you're feeling stuck, and I know this is like one of my longest videos, it may even be my longest video outside of when we do the live videos coming soon, but it's a very important video. And I'm willing to give you this time, because obviously if you're watching this, God put you in this place and you need it. But I just want to remind you of that. Like, this is 14 years of work. This is 14 years of working on myself. I have recovered from depression. I have overcome anxiety. I have healed myself from multiple different eating disorders. I was diagnosed on my 25th birthday with ADHD, and it really impacted my life in a positive way. I was able to understand myself deeper. This is my second marriage. I'm married again. So I went through divorce, and like, I have lived a lot of life in the last 28 years. I have lived a full and expansive and scary and a roller coaster of a life. And so when I sit down and have these talks with you, it's not just something that I learned in the last year. It's not just something I learned last week. This is the compound effect of years and years and years, over a decade of investing in myself, that you get to experience this version of me. So again, if you're feeling that stuck feeling, If you're feeling like, when is it ever going to end? It doesn't. It doesn't end. If I can do all of this and heal all of those problems I had over the last 14 years, if I can put in that time and effort and energy investing in myself for those 14 years, and this is where I am compared to that poor, sweet little 14-year-old girl who didn't know a thing about the world, I just look forward and go, how much better can it get? Like, how good can it get in the next 14 years? How awesome of a person can I be in the next 14 years? Because I'm never going to stop this. And that's the mentality you should really take. Is there's going to be times you feel stuck. There's going to be times that you hit a wall and you're so frustrated and you don't know what to do. There's going to be times where you feel really lost and you don't know where the answers are going to come from. There's going to be times that you hit a plateau or you stagnate in your growth and it's time to change directions. There's going to be times that you feel hopeless and like giving up and quitting. You feel angry. You want to just throw everything away and start over. There's going to be times you're mad you found out about manifestation. I've been there so many times, and yet here I am sitting in gratitude because it worked. It worked. Everything I've ever done, it worked. Everything I've ever tried and failed, even if I failed, it worked. Because I'm here today. I'm alive today. There was a time in my life for many years, for like 17 years of my life, I didn't think I would make it to 28, let alone to 27, let alone to 26, let alone to 25. I didn't even think I would make it like to graduate high school at one point in my life. So my existence is a proof for you that manifestation works. My existence is proof that you as a human being can get through whatever you're going through. And I share some of my story. I share what I feel comfortable sharing. I share what I'm open and vulnerable enough to share, but there's so much more that the public just doesn't know about me, that they may never know about me, because that's private. That's something that I just can't share with people. I'm not always available to share that with people. And so you have to understand, like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, if this is how much I'm telling you about what I've been through, this is how much I've been through that you know nothing about. And I guarantee that's me to you. That's the same. If you told me your life story, I would only know this much, and you've really been through this much. And that alone is a reason to be grateful. The fact that you're alive today is a reason to be grateful. And I'm personally grateful for you that you're sitting here with me. We're 32 minutes in, that you're sitting here listening to me, that you're giving me your time, that you're giving me your energy, that you are present with me, that you are hearing my message, that you are having this heart-to-heart with me, that you are appreciating my story, that you're being grateful to me right now. And that just makes me so fulfilled in life. That makes my heart so full, and I feel so grateful, and I feel so blessed and lucky that I get to help people like you. Every day of my life, I get to help someone. And I'm only here able to do that because I kept going. And you can too. So thank you so much. We have spent 33 minutes, so I'm gonna call it a night and turn on a movie and have some popcorn and just relish all of the hard work that I've done to get here today, everything that I had to do to be who I am today. And I'm going to imagine, I'm going to go in my mind palace and I'm going to visualize that every single one of you watching gets to have that feeling of gratitude in your heart and appreciation for yourself, because you're awesome. I don't know you yet, maybe I do, but I already know that you're awesome because God made you awesome. We're all amazing. We're all special. We all have our own purpose in this world. We all have our own gifts, and we all have our own story. So I intend with my whole heart that this video got you unstuck, that you are officially unstuck. I am manifesting that you are unstuck. You're not stuck anymore. You're growing, you're learning, you're experiencing. Bless you. Thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next one.